Hi guys. In this video, I will be giving you an introduction into Ethos. Um, and remember that before talking about Ethos, we spoke about Pathos, which is an appeal to emotion. So Ethos will be something different. I will explain it right now, but it is also supposed to be a tool to persuade, or a method, I should say, a method to persuade. Okay. So first of all, what is ethos? Okay, let's remember pathos was to persuade using emotion. Ethos, as you can see on the first bullet point, is a form of persuasion that has its focus on building credibility. And most of the time, this will come in the form of an expert opinion. So ethos is just a method in which um, you will be able to build credibility in what you are writing by using the words or facts or statistics of something or somebody else that has a lot of credibility. So, somebody that knows what they are speaking about. And this will make more sense as we progress through this presentation. But, like you can see on the pictures, credibility is all about building that trust. Okay, so I will hopefully be able to show you by the end of this presentation how to make your argument more credible so that way it can also be stronger. And that takes me into this second part of why is it important to have ethos. So first, even without reading, look at the pictures. As you can see, trust leads to growth in every sort of aspect. So when you're writing, the more trust, the more the growth of your level of persuasion is. Okay? And then to the right, you can see this whole thing about fake news. So a lot of times it's important that you know who is speaking so that you can analyze if it is fake or if it is real. Okay? And so let me bring that back into the bullet point, which is it is important to use ethos because it makes your argument stronger, because it makes you look more credible. Okay? So like I said, you need to build that credibility because it makes you and your argument seem much more credible. And when the reader is reading through your work, they should be able to see that you know what you are talking about. Okay? And let me start to show you how you can uh, think of ethos. So in here, you see some ads, and like the first bullet point says, you see ethos in a lot of commercials when someone is trying to sell you something. Okay, so let's remember ethos is about credibility. So it means that the work you are doing has something or somebody that backs it up, that knows what they are talking about. Okay, so on the very first picture right here on the Colgate toothpaste, uh, if we read over here, it says number one toothpaste recommended by dental professionals. So, where is the ethos in there? It is in the fact that you have it recommended, and this is the key part, dental professionals. Colgate is a toothpaste. Um, so, if anybody is going to know what is the best toothpaste, it will be dentists. So there is ethos here because the person that is recommending this item to you is very credible. Okay, it is a professional. If we go over to this next picture of Colin Kaepernick and Nike, in there it says believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. So Nike's trying to sell and send that message of believe in something. And what gives them the credibility to send the message? It is the fact that you have Colin Kaepernick as the face of this ad because he is somebody that believed in a cause and he lost billions of dollars and he lost his job because he believed in that cause. So here it is trying to build that credibility of believe in something by giving you the picture of Kaepernick. Over here to the right, So this is supposed to be an ad for makeup. Um, so this is the brand that they're trying to sell to you, Fenty Beauty. And what is the ethos? What is the credibility? It is the fact that this is a makeup line, I think, sponsored by Rihanna. So if you yourself would like to look like Rihanna, have the skin of Rihanna, for example, you may start to think about buying this type of makeup. Okay, so in here the credibility is that it is Rihanna, and you know who she is. So if she's talking to you about makeup, you're probably going to believe that she knows what she's talking about. Okay, so those are some of the examples. Now for you, it will be a little bit different later because you will need to have that ethos in your final assessment. And here's an example of what that may look like. So below is an example of a statement before and after adding an element of credibility, which is the ethos. So first, non-effective. This is the one that does not use ethos, that does not use credibility. It says, climate change will very soon be a threat to human survival. Okay? So in here, this is not credible because anybody can say this statement. Anybody can say it. Um, but you're not really doing or saying anything that actually supports it. So it's not a good example of how to build credibility. Anybody can do it, so there's really no way that you can be credible if anybody can say this. However, if we look at the effective example, it says, according to the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, climate change can be a threat because temperatures are expected to rise 2.5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit, and sea levels will, will rise to flood islands and coast. Okay, so in here it's a good example, obviously, because you have this very concrete idea with the 2.5 to 10 degrees Fahrenheit. But what makes this credible and what makes this an example of ethos is that you're using this part of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. And that's credible because, but as you can see by the name, it is an organization that just focuses on climate change. So if this organization has done some research and has already told you uh, the possible threat of of climate change, you already have a credible opinion that supports your very own position. So you will do the same with your topic of choice. You will think of an argument you want to make, and you will look for something or someone with credibility that can also support your position. And that is how you're going to build ethos. And this is going to all mesh together because my idea is that you will have a section with an emotional appeal, another section that's going to build your credibility, and then another section that's going to focus on logos. Which you will learn more about maybe next week or in 2 weeks. Okay, so keep this all into consideration as you move forward with this idea of ethos. And now you can go ahead and work on your individual practice. Good luck.